Attorney General William Barr tonight telling President Trump to back off.
Public statements and tweets made about the department, about cases pending in the department, and about judges before whom we have cases make it impossible for me to do my job.
Barr speaking out amid fierce scrutiny after the Justice Department overruled its career prosecutors to push for a lighter sentence for the president's convicted friend, Roger Stone. The Attorney General telling ABC News he made that decision before the president's tweet attacking the original sentencing recommendation of 7 to 9 years.
And I will make those decisions based on what I think is the right thing to do, and I'm not going to be bullied or influenced by anybody.
Barr insisting he never discussed Stone's sentencing with the president. President Trump hours earlier praising Barr, suggesting he should have made him, not Jeff Sessions, Attorney General when he first took office.
My life would have been a lot easier. Bill Barr's a very good man doing a very good job.
Democrats say post-impeachment, the president remains unapologetic and unrestrained, pushing the limits of the rule of law.
This is an abuse of power that the president is again trying to manipulate federal law enforcement to serve his political interest.
Also tonight, the president feuding with his former chief of staff, John Kelly, who unloaded on President Trump, saying decorated Iraq War veteran Alexander Vindman did exactly what we teach soldiers to do when he expressed his concerns about the president's Ukraine call before being pushed out of his post last week. The retired Marine general adding, we teach them don't follow an illegal order, and if you're ever given one, you'll raise it to whoever gives it to you, and then tell your boss. Trump firing back, tweeting that Kelly missed the action and just can't keep his mouth shut. And late tonight in a statement, the White House says that President Trump was not bothered by Barr's comments and that he has full faith and confidence in the Attorney General.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.